Hey everyone, back again. Another video here. Yep, still in the midst of trying to sell a house here, and what frustrates me is that Zillow is the only one out there that lets you do a for sale by owner on their site. We can't do it on Redfin. You can't do it on Realtor.com. You can't do for sale by owner on any of these because they're chicken shit, I guess. But the problem is that Zillow, good one, kid. The problem is that Zillow undervalues every property. Their values and everything. See, if you look here, it says tax assessed value. We have our tax information. We have our evaluations, and we have all the documentation. That is not the tax assessed value. That is not correct. And even if you look at that, so the tax assessed value shows 110 per square foot. So you take 172.48 and divide that by 110, you get 1,564 square feet. But it's 2412. Now, we did have to go to the county and the city and have them reassess the property because there was something funky with our tax assessment. The tax assessment showed that it was 986 square feet. 986 square feet is only this front room and that room. Nothing else. The last taxes, they only assessed the two rooms. Nothing else. And it's like, that's not how this works. So they admitted that they had made a boo-boo, and that, they don't go after people for their own mistakes. So it'll be reflected on the next tax season, where they'll be like, okay, now we'll play catch up because we can't bill you again. It's already been sent out. We can't change that. Now, if I go to the top here, see, I bumped it up to 265 to reflect the actual assessment of our taxes and the property value as given to us by the assessor. Zillow says 186.1. 186.1 for 110 per square foot. Well, again, if we go 186.1, divide that by 110, you get 1691. If we really had this $110 per square foot, what do we have? Well, we got 2412 times 110. That is appropriate. The average home in the area is between $90 and $165 per square foot. Now, the 165 per square foot is usually the new houses. The 90s and even the 50s through the 90s and 100s are like trailer houses. So from like 100 to 135 per square foot is the older homes and the not quite newer homes. that are still actual homes. That makes sense. That makes sense. Redfin estimate 246.72. Estimates 103 per square feet. You go down here, based on comparables, 262.69. Again, we're going to go on here. We're going to do 2412 times 103, 248, 436. And they're missing 12 square feet. I mean, it's not, ooh, that's a big, huge deal. But estimate sale price. Yeah. I'm right in there. I'm right in there. Now, this is Redfin. This is Redfin. Yes, we know that the house is a mess. We had a person die on us. We had 2 lazy snail people move in that did not make anything helpful. We've gotten rid of a majority of the stuff that's in here. We're just, trying to bare bones the house as best as we can, but there's only so much we can do when we have just a small vehicle. And all I have is a quad. So it's like, that's all we can do. There's nothing more that I can do to, change any of it. But switch over to realtor.com. Realtor.com shows 210.8. But look at that. $25 per square foot. That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. Because even dirt lots are more than that. So we have 2412 times 25. That makes no sense. None whatsoever. But it does kind of make sense because they're going off of the old information back from 2001, 24 years ago. So let's see, what was that? 986 that they had us. So times that by 25. Oh, even that. So clear it 986, say times 125, and it's still way too low. This does not make sense. Does not make sense at all. Especially when you're going through these table markets and everything, and it's like, oh yeah, back in 2020, it wasn't worth shit, but then now it magically is. And look, this is the market data. Listing price $365, median price $315, $228 per square foot on average for the area. If I zoom out, to the entire area here, if I zoom out to the entire area, yeah, real estimate. So we're right in here. in this green area. Just in this area, layers right here. Let's see. Huh. Right here, we're talking $50,000 to $336,000. Low end is trailers and, mobile homes. High end is the big riverbank monster houses. Then you have actual homes right in the middle. Look at the comparables. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Only 1,600 square feet. 1,600, and 1,470. So that's like 1,500. These 3 houses are smaller, but have an extra bedroom. We technically do have 3 bedrooms here. We just have to add a window to the pantry. The pantry is literally a bedroom. It is as big as this bedroom is here. It is the same size. And if I were to wall up this closet and put like a doorway here, it'd be the same. There's no, crazy shocking change here. Because if I go here, let's see. They don't have any of the ones on there. Okay, so here, let's see. Yeah. This is just a portion of the pantry. You have deep freezers, actual store shelves on the back. This shelf is like 16 inches deep. You got shelving over there. It is massive. This is the back room. This is what would be the closet. This room here is 4.5 or 5 feet wide, and it's the full width. It is huge. It is massive. I mean, look, we've got store shelves, we've got tables, we've got a workbench, we've got shelving, everything. And there's an actual big ass window right there. Yeah. It is massive. It is massive. This reaches the 2 to 3 bedroom market. The half bath is only missing the shower and the tub because instead of putting a tub in there, they turned that into a hallway to go out to the back. Remove that door, put in a tub. I mean, the plumbing is right there. All the plumbing is right there. You're talking adding like 5 feet of pipe of actual, hot and cold water piping and a drain. That's not that much. You'd have a tub and a shower, and we're talking maybe $2,500. $2,500 to complete the second bedroom or second bathroom. Another $700 to convert pantry to a bedroom. Say $15,000 to $20,000 to put in an RV garage / workshop. So you're looking at like $22,000 maybe. So you're actually going to the high end, even higher than these. You're going to be pushing into that $330,000, $365,000 property. It blows my mind how many people claim to be flippers and stuff, and they don't know how. They watch a few shows online or on TV, and they go, I can do that. I have imagination. But then they look at a property and they go, I know what I can do with this. I'll throw some paint on the thing. I'll do the landlord special and then flip it because it's easier to... No, that's not how flipping is. It's not. If you want to make this, a $500,000 home, you can. You can easily make this a $500,000 home. Minor and major stuff. Side lot. RV storage. Power it, juice it, make it into a shop. Do a big building there. Boom. You're talking $15,000, $20,000. If you're like really making a huge, gigantic, actual thing, like $20,000. For in here, you're talking like maybe a top of like, say, $6,000 top, and you'll have 3-bedroom, 2-bath plus extra and storage and RV parking, shop, everything. You'll have everything. And you'll still have a massive yard, larger than anybody else's in the area. Because when you actually look at these houses, like down at the river here, these gigantic houses, they don't have a lot. They don't have a yard. They don't have anything. I mean, look at this. These houses, if I go to the satellite view, say like this one here, 1,750 square feet, 1,600 square feet, 1980, we've got 1,300 square feet, 1770, and these are all 250 to $380,000 homes, and it's literally just a block away. You go up here, and it's still the 260s, 270s. Look at this one. Oh, it's a trailer for $59,000. This one here, it's a double wide. Half the size of this property, half the size of the house, still at 182. Yet you look at the estimates and they're like, well, yeah, this is only worth this much. The average price per square foot, the median, the average is right there, $228. If I go see. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. The peak is right here. So the average is right here. It says that the lowest is there. Let's zoom to here. Okay. Trailers. Empty lots. 41 to like 95-ish dollars per square feet. It makes no sense as to why they'd say that's the median and then put this down as $25 per square feet. That is not even in this estimate. Greater than $36 per square feet. It makes no sense. It's like, look at this. Look at it. Yeah, it makes no sense as to why. I mean, look at this. All these things, and then all of a sudden, like this one here. Like, this city has this weird setup here. Yeah, business license. That was when this was a hospice center. Oh, where's do they? Neighborhoods and schools. Yeah. Daycares 8 out of 10, groceries 5 out of 10, restaurants 4 out of 10, shopping 3 out of 10, nightlife, cafes, go to schools. Malk is the greatest school in this area. But look, all these other places that are near us. $259.90, $335, $655, $400,000. So you're in a better area than over here. You're in a better area. You're closer to the highway. You're closer to everything, because all of this is all the stores and everything. This is where everybody gets like the main groceries for this area. This is the chunk right here. They're all down here in like the slums. I call it the slums because you look at all the properties out there and it's crappy houses, like really badly crappy houses. And if let's see, zoom out here. It's like you're talking friggin' trailer house central. All of these are trailer houses. All these are mobile homes. These are all mobile homes. They're up on wheels. They're up on blocks. And they're showing that as a $260 right there. That Riviera at the end there, $260,000 for the slums. Is $265 a good price for us? Yeah, we're willing to negotiate. We're willing to negotiate. Give us a good offer. We're looking for like a half down or a third of it down so that we can, get another place set up and pay people to like move everything out. And then once we're out, then take the rest of the money and go about our ways. Because even if I take this, say you came in and offered $240 divided by 3, so even if you paid us $80,000 up front, that gets us pretty much out of the area. We can slap rent down on something. We could $80,000. We can get at least 6 months of rent paid up at like a new place. We can get a big huge truck and just load everything on it, and then just go from there. That's not a hard thing to do. So yeah, even with a down payment of 30%, that's doable. Say by 4, yeah, even 25%. That's doable. So yeah, it's crazy. You look at this area, you look at all of these houses in the area. If I do, say 1 plus type of home. Remove the houses and stuff. Remove the crap. Go through. Remove the coming soon crap. I'm gonna go to 1,500 square feet. Lot size, I'm gonna do 7,500 as the minimum. Don't show 55 plus. Apply. What do we have? The lowest in the area is $235,000, where the highest is over $4 million. That's wow, crazy. But look, 455, 386, 285, 350, 415, 395, 360, 699, 255, 299. That's what everybody's asking. Now, if I switch this to sold and apply it, now we're seeing different. We're seeing what they had sold for. 280, 361, 390, 242, 258, 227, 209, 325, 286, 280, 385, 295, 350, 250, let's see, 283, 400, 371, 325, 415, 595, 237. I mean, yeah, that is the market for this area. $200,000 plus. 200,000 plus for homes, actual freaking homes. Now, like, you look at this one, and it's 2-bed, 2-bath, 118, decent looking house. Let's see, do they have a? Oh, come on. Let's see. Yeah. Big, massive lot. What's the lot size? It doesn't give any information on it. Huh. Let's see. Yeah. Over half acre. It is a big ass property. That's why it's listed the way it's listed. It's a bunkhouse on half an acre. But again, we're seeing houses in the same market area. Tired of people saying, "Oh, you're asking too much." No, we're not. We're asking right there at the going rate for houses in the area. And the rate is for, actually houses that are smaller than this on lots smaller than this. We're underselling the house because we know that there's things that need to be done that would make this so much better. It's just how it is. But that's enough for ranting today. Yeah, I'm gonna link the house, the property to in the comments. Yeah, I mean, it's a great house. It really is. It's just we don't want to live here anymore because, it's bad memories. It's bad memories for us. And I really just want to go up and live at my cabin, up at my property, and just get that done. So, see you guys in the next one.